Hey guys, welcome to Project Metal Music's YouTube channel. We host Daniel and we are here with the brilliant Widow's Peak. So welcome guys.
Thank you for having us, mate. Looking forward to speaking with you.
Yeah, cool. Same here. So guys, could you introduce yourselves and what you do?
Yep, so I'm Mike. I am the lead singer and guitarist, rhythm guitarist now, and this is...
I'm Deck, drums.
Just drums?
Just drums. I know, I throw a bit of backing
You
in
dabble
here
in
and there.
vocals too, don't you?
Yeah, only dabbling. Slightly.
He's a dabbler.
So guys, since we last spoke, what have you been up to?
What have we been up to? We've been out and about. We've sort of ramped up doing some gigs. We did our first sort of sell-out headline show at Sydney Matilda in Sheffield. That was fun. And we've done a few support slots since. We made the Tramlines apply to play shortlist. So we'll find out if we get Tramlines this year. And we recorded a new single that's not yet been released, but it's in the kind of pipeline. So that's exciting. So yeah, we've been quite busy fellas. We've also got a new member since we last spoke. So we're now a four-piece as a performing sort of act, but it's Deccan and I are the main men, so to speak.
Cool. The new single that you've just recorded, if you can, could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So for this new single, we tried out working with a different sort of producer for this one to get like a different sound, see what was available. Still City Studios, who have worked with the likes of sort of Hot Milk, early Bring Me the Horizon stuff. They've done loads. So they approached us. They actually saw us play when we were Crooked Smiles about 4 years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, they were working with a band from Edinburgh, I think it was. And they saw us at one of the gigs and kind of got in touch saying, we kind of love your guys' vibe. It kind of sounds like swingers approaching you across the bar. So. But yeah, he was like, we like your vibe. We'd love to record with you. And we kind of had our own producer who we work with all the time and stuff. So we kind of put it on the back burner to work with them. But then they kind of finally got in touch again and we're like, yeah, okay, we'll do a single with you. So the single, I believe, unless something changes, is going to be called Daisy Chain. And it's kind of a bit of a departure from our first EP as Widow's Peak. It's a bit more pop punky, I would say, a bit more upbeat. It kind of inspired by sort of like the likes of No Pressure, I would say, in terms of the choruses. And yeah, we're currently trying to plan doing a music video and getting all the content and stuff for it. But the song we recorded back in October, so we've been sitting on it for a little while. Deck, have you got anything to add about the song and stuff?
I just really enjoyed recording it and can't wait to get the video film for it, and really want to get it out there. Really proud of it. It's probably some of his best work today. Really,
yeah, I'd say so. The good thing about having Deck though in the band is you wouldn't think it, but Deck is, he can be a bit more quieter than the rest of us. But when it comes to being on camera, the camera loves him. The camera loves him.
I don't know why.
It's unrequited love, Deck.
You could say that.
But yeah, long story short, new single. It's a bit more poppy and upbeat. Still got the heavy sort of rawness to it. A little bit more polished actually than kind of our earlier stuff. But yeah, we're hoping people are going to like it and see what people think to the kind of new direction. It might stick. It might just be a one-off kind of single. But yeah, we'll have to see what people think to it.
Cool. So, have you got an idea of when it's going to be released, or is that just like you're going to just wing it?
I mean, I think that sums up Widow's Peak. Really, is just winging it, to be honest. But yeah, we're planning to do the music video either next weekend or hopefully the weekend after. So I'll probably do all the editing myself and stuff. So maybe. It's definitely a kind of summery song, so hopefully sort of May, June time would be probably a good benchmark. I feel like if we get past that point, people aren't going to want to listen to it in winter. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan to get May, June time. I would say is a good benchmark.
Cool. Now, would the new single be sort of like be on an EP or an album, or is it just going to be a standalone single?
Yeah, this one's going to be sort of like a standalone. Like I said, we were kind of trying a bit of a different direction and stuff. I think we are in the process of writing a new EP, going back to our old producer, which is our very good friend Dan O'Dell, who has just finished his Heartwork project. This is kind of a bit more of us experimenting with a positive tone, because a lot of our music can be really miserable, can't it?
It has been.
So yeah, it's definitely leaning more into the kind of upbeat kind of side of things, and I think it might inform the EP. Like I said, I've got an idea for what the EP is going to be like in terms of tone, in terms of themes and stuff, and I think this is kind of this song is the first stepping stone into sort of fresh waters, if you will. So standalone song, and then hopefully we'll get some more music released towards the back end of the year.
Cool. So you are writing some new material for an EP. Do you know how many songs, or have you got any plans on how many songs you're going to be putting on?
I would say 4 or 5. I was actually just before this call show and deck a bit of a demo that I wrote, which is kind of again a bit more upbeat, a bit more bouncy. We also really want to do something with kind of like a disco beat that we kind of had in the process of this new single. The original demo had this really kind of like bouncy disco beat we never used.
Changed drastically, didn't it?
It did change quite a bit, so we kind of want to do that. But I'd say 4 to 5 songs would be the ideal. Like I said, I've kind of got a theme sorted for it, and I think it's kind of going to encompass split over 4 to 5 songs, but all over one theme.
Cool. We've got a question from Ozzy, Queen of the Rose. She asks, who is your most influential or inspirational person in your life?
Oh, Deck, I'll let you start with this one.
That is in life in general.
In life in general.
Oh, that is a tough one, that.
Come on, Deck. Ozzy, Queen of the Rose is waiting. You can't keep her waiting.
I would probably have to go with Billy Joe Armstrong, Green Day frontman. There's no one else in sort of the wider world in terms of like politics or business that do inspire me, that actually uninspire me. So I always go for people like Billy Joe.
Yeah, that's a good shout. For me, who's the most inspirational person? I would say I think it's going to have to be Tom DeLonge from Blink-182. Mainly stems from being a teenager when I was sort of like 14, 15, you know. Just sort of like the kind of punk rock spirit that he has and had, and all the different musical avenues he's explored. And you know, I feel like a lot of what inspired me to do music was Tom DeLonge, even though he's, I suppose, not the best musician in the world. But I suppose it kind of made me feel like, you know, you don't have to be a guitar protege to be able to do live music and to record music. It was just kind of that spirit of like, it doesn't matter if you're ready, it doesn't matter if you're the best singer in the world, just do it. Just, you know, do it. You can get better along the way. You can learn your craft along the way, which maybe might go against what a lot of people think about like doing music. But for me, that's kind of, because there's far, you know, we come across people that are far more talented at both guitar and singing than me. But I feel that's been a massive inspiration for me to kind of just do it. You know, some of our early stuff is absolutely god awful. Obviously not from Deck's drumming. Deck's always been he's been my rock. I might say Deck is my most inspirational person because he's stuck with me doing this music project for so long. So Deck is my inspiration. Oh,
Cool. Thank you for that, Ozzy. Right, I've just seen another question. Here we go. Lisaboo, from all the way from Canada, she asks, uh, when you write your music, do you use a process or is it fluid?
Oh, we've kind of wrote in different ways before, haven't we?
Yeah, the last CP we recorded, how would you say that one went? Because we kind of went in the studio with that one, not really with a much of a plan, did we?
Yeah.
So it was that process stuff.
Well, now you're getting into semantics there.
Oh, yeah.
I would say that our process has kind of varied. Like we've done sometimes before where it's literally been a case of Dex coming with like a drum idea, and he would just loop it, playing it until I kind of figure something out on chords, and then it kind of builds from there. Other times I've gone away and wrote stuff with like a MIDI drum through GarageBand and kind of jam something out. But in terms of like lyric writing, I kind of just go about my life and like hear different phrases, bits and bobs. I actually kind of took this process from Brian Seller from Front Bottoms, who just picks up on little phrases and then kind of meshes them together. So mine's a bit more structured than that. But if I hear someone say something that is like an interesting turn of phrase, then I'll kind of build a little bank in my notes app. And then when I come around to writing lyrics, I'll kind of pick a few of those that are on a similar theme, and then I'll kind of expand on that. So, for example, over Christmas time, me and my friends go to a pub in Sheffield. It's a really awful pub. It's Wetherspoons, and it's called the Woodseats Palace. And every year for Christmas Eve, we do Secret Santa, me and my friends. But the goal was not to get a nice present. It was to get the most upsetting present that you could think of for that specific person. It was actually quite mean-spirited and not the spirit of Christmas at all. But basically, we were coming into the year to prepare for Secret Santa, and my friend just said, "Oh, there's been some rate tears in Palace, haven't they?" And I noted that down. So probably our biggest song today is called "Tears in the Palace," which is a fun little bit of trivia for anyone that that is interested. But cutting it short. It changes from song to song. Sometimes it's all of us in the studio. Sometimes it's people go away and write little bits, and then we kind of add to it together. But in terms of my lyric writing process, that's kind of I'll have a topic in mind, but throughout life, I'll just have like a bank of lyrics that I'll start from. So a few other phrases that I've thought of that I like is kind of like Charm Offensive is a cool name. We nearly called our new band that.
We did actually, didn't we?
But little phrases that you don't use much, I think, is a good way to center imagery and stuff like that. Sorry if that's a long answer, Lisa. I don't know if that's what you expected, a 5-minute rambling, but that's what you got.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so when you do come up with sort of like the lyrics that you've experienced, when you do come to write the music, what comes first? Is it a riff, a bridge, a transition, a bridge, or is it just something you sort of like come up
Yeah.
with?
Again, it kind of completely depends. So, for example, we've got 2 songs that like link together, which is "Sound of Your Intonation" and "Bedroom Eyes," and we actually wrote with "Bedroom Eyes." That came because we were trying to write a bridge for "Sound of Your Intonation," and I came up with this kind of I don't even know how you describe the riff deck. But either way, it didn't quite fit as a bridge. But I was like, I don't want to lose this idea, and it's in the same key and similar kind of rhythm. So it's like, why don't we make it a 2-part song and just have that as the intro to that, and then that kind of expanded that one. Other times it's been, I would say it mainly comes from riffs or drum riffs. I find it kind of hard to write a vocal melody from scratch. I feel like it kind of comes from the flow of the chords. But a lot of our songs I feel have come from your drum beats. But then when I start with a chord progression, you kind of you instantly write something, and it doesn't usually change that much from after it, does it?
Yeah, it kind of sort of changes over time, really, doesn't it? I sort of very rarely stick to the first thing I did.
Yeah.
So even live half at time. Sorry about
that. I feel like it just comes from like when I'm writing the guitar riff, and then I hear something you play, and I'm like, yes, that is it. And then by the time we finish writing the song, it's not it. It's something completely different. So, it's different every time. But I like that about us. I think we try not to stick to being predictable. Like we said from the beginning, we don't want to just do, generic pop punk music, which there's nothing wrong with. It's mine and Deck's favourite genre. If you don't mind me speaking for you as well, Deck.
Of course, yeah.
But we kind of said that like it'd be safe to write what we know. So we try and change it and chop it every time.
Cool. So, is there going to be sort of like any sort of like new merchandise coming out?
New merchandise. Well, yeah, we've kind of sold out of all our stuff just about. Really, we've got an empty box in our practice room that has small shirts, which there's not much market for. People usually like baggy mediums or larges but we're going to design some new shirts. We actually, our bassist, she works for a tattoo studio, and they're opening up sort of like a custom t-shirt printing like side business. So we'll kind of make use of that and have plenty of different designs for people. But we were thinking of some more beer mats to put a force on pubs.
Loads of them. People of them beer mats. Coasters and caps. Everyone buys caps.
People love caps.
Caps and beanies.
People are mad for caps. That's what we found out. We'd love to do some more embroidery stuff. We had some really cool Crooked Smiles embroidered shirts, like on the kind of pocket space. So we'd love to do some more stuff like that. But yeah, essentially we don't want it to be we want it to be with purpose. We don't want to just stick our logo on like a mug or something. But yeah, we're going to design some new stuff, especially with the new single. We're going to try and center it and themes like that and stuff. So that'd be really cool.
Cool. So I know Ozzy, Queen of the Rose, normally asks this. If you had the funds available, would you go down the vinyl route?
Absolutely. I've got quite a big vinyl collection myself. I've always loved vinyl, and I've always wanted to have some of our own music on vinyl. I know you've got a pretty sweet setup.
Oh yeah, mine's coming on. Got everything organised in year of release by the group.
Your machine's pretty swanky. It's like an 80s one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 91, 92, I think it was made. Yeah, my dear Nans that I refused to part with. It's still held up. No issues with it.
Yeah, but
quality.
But yeah, we would love to release some music on vinyl. We've kind of spoke to a few people about doing it. We know some people that no ways of getting that sounds. I was going to say no ways of getting it for cheap, but that sounds like they all fell off the back of a lorry. Yeah, but yeah, I think it is something that we do. Maybe for the next EP. I don't think we'd put a single on vinyl. We don't have anything for the B side. But yeah, maybe on the EP. So watch this space.
Cool. So have you got? Well, obviously you've got a few things sort of like in the works, as such as gigs wise. But is there going to be any sort of like mini tours or tours around the UK?
We're definitely thinking of planning something like that. We've got a show next Saturday at Shakespeare's in Sheffield, and we've got one at Sydney Matilda next month. But we're hoping we've been kind of having it in the pipeline for a while, where there's a local band called Bait Britain that we're quite good friends with, and we're hoping to kind of get like a co-headline or kind of little local tour, hopefully around the north. Sort of like Leeds, Manchester. If there is any sort of venues listening that want to help us out, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, so we still need to get this festival organised as well, don't we?
Yeah, we're also thinking of putting on a charity festival at the Mailing Bridge in Sheffield, where we get a lot of our sort of friends and local bands to play for charity and stuff. So that's something that we're looking to do. But yeah, we've got some plans in the works for sort of touring. We'd love to get further adrift. That's kind of the goal this year and next, is to sort of venture further afield. Obviously, we've done sort of like Leeds, Manchester, Bradford. We've done a show in London before, but it's just getting our playing to people across the country would be fantastic. Even further afield, I'd love to do something like America or Europe, but that might be a fair bit off. But yeah, love to get out of Sheffield and play some shows.
Cool. I was just about to ask, would you consider of going over to say Canada or Australia if you had the funds ready?
Absolutely. We played with a band. What are they called now? That Scouse band. What were they called? Everything. Not everything.
C and
I don't know.
not really
But
bad now.
they're kind of Sorry to them.
Xavals. Is it
No.
Xavals?
Recently with Two Times Fast,
Oh,
something to do with falling or something for. Either way,
no.
they've just done a shout out to them, if I remember the name. But yeah, they've just I've just seen that they've gone over to America to do a couple of shows in kind of Brooklyn, and a couple of other places around New York and stuff. And that's they're a bit bigger than us, but not a million miles away. But we would love to do something like that if that opportunity was available. Australia, dream place to visit. Canada, dream place to visit. So, if the funds or opportunity was available, if another band wanted to take us on tour, and wanted to play those places, and absolutely, we would. It's the dream. That's the dream.
Lisaboo's just made a comment. That sounds great. Wish I could see one of your lives.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll be. I don't know where you're based, Lisa, but hopefully we'll be playing a city near you sometime soon.
She's in Alberta, Canada.
Okay, well, maybe not as soon as we would like, but hopefully at some point that would be fantastic. Lisa, if you have got any connections in the Alberta music scene, if you float our name, maybe then that'd be great.
Cool. Yeah, thank you for that, Lisa. Have you got any plans on doing sort of like collaborations with other bands?
Collaborations. I think we would. So, like I mentioned earlier, our sort of main producer, Dan O'Dell, he's featured on a fair few of our songs before, hasn't he? And kind of chips. We kind of see him as a bit of like the fifth member of the band.
Yeah.
When we work with him, so it'd be good to do some more songs with him. There's a couple of local bands that we really like, and it'd be great to kind of jump on a track with. Sort of like again, Two Times Faster, a good one. Bait Britain, I know they've gang vocals and stuff on one of their tracks that we could do.
This weekend, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. But it'd be great. I know some sort of bigger artists kind of do. If it's the right project, we'll jump on sort of local band stuff. I saw Hexa. They got Dick Valentine to do a bit on their song, didn't they?
Yeah.
So if we could reel someone in to join on a track, that would be cool. But no immediate plans to. But it's something that we've definitely considered. Yeah.
Cool. We've got a question from Ozzy again, and she asks, "Where would your dream place to play at?"
Deck, I'll let you start.
Absolute. Right, it's a toss up. Slam Dunk or When We Were Young Fest. I'd
Good
say at
shout.
the minute, something like Slam Dunk. Yeah. Even though it's a bit small, I think Slam Dunk for me definitely.
I would say for me, either 924 Gilman Street, just for the punk history, or have you seen Red Rocks before? It's sort of,
no, I have actually.
yeah, like out in like the sort of American desert kind of thing.
Yeah.
That would be
Something
really
like that,
cool.
So out in the wild somewhere.
Or a cruise ship. I would find that quite entertaining with our kind of loud music. More irritating than entertaining to get. I think that'd be quite funny. Also, I get seasick, so it wouldn't. I don't know why I've said that because I wouldn't be very good at it at all. Either Red Rocks or 924 Gilman Street for me.
Cool. Thank you for that, Ozzy. Guys in the chat, if you've got any more questions, please ask away, because we're going to be starting to wrap things up in about 5-10 minutes or so. So I know I've asked this question before. So, have you got any advice for people who basically want to become a musician?
Yeah, I like so similar to what I said earlier. I think um, just I know it's going to sound very generic and stuff, but I would say just do it. I think it's so easy, especially in this day and age with sort of social media and stuff, for people to feel like they'll be judged if they're not good enough, or that kind of competitive spirit of, if I post this video, it's not as good as my friend who can really sing really well or whatever. And I would say, um, just do it, even if you. So for us, we started where we weren't confident enough to uh, book gigs and stuff, but we started showing up to sort of like local open mic nights and we were really bad.
We were. Be nice to yourself. We
but-
weren't that bad.
But it was, you have that kind of awareness, and I don't think that goes away, but you kind of feel that sort of insecurity of like not being good enough. But the more you do it, the more you kind of find your own voice, both figuratively and literally. And you build that confidence. I think for the first couple of years of us playing, like my hands would shake every time I was playing guitar, and it was, even though I wasn't mentally nervous, physically I was, and I would just say that it's so worth it to just get yourself out there and play gigs, local shows, get part of a community. Because even if, I don't think the goal should be to make it big, but, the experiences and the people that you meet along the way just make it, and the confidence that you get from it, I think it's just so worth it. And the creative expression, there's so many benefits, I would say, that it doesn't just, I think there's the culture that every hobby has to be monetized these days, and otherwise it's not worth doing. And believe you and me, we have made a financial loss on this project.
Absolutely.
But it's I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I would say, yeah, ignore that little voice in you saying that you're not good enough, and just give it a go until you see improvements. Beck, have you got any words of wisdom that you want to impart from under a duff cap?
Yeah. Be fair, good luck finding some. But no, yeah, just sort of repeat that really. Yeah, I say, yeah, we've not exactly made anything from it, but it's still been worth it. Absolutely. Just sort of carry on doing it just for the love of doing it.
Do it for the love of the game.
Cool. So, guys, where can people find you on social media so people can basically keep up to date on what's happening?
Yeah, of course. So people can find us on Instagram and TikTok. Both of those are Widow's Peak Official. I think is it an underscore? I think it's underscore. Either way, yeah, if you type in Widow's Peak Official, it'll come up. We're definitely trying to get into posting more this year. So, for a long time, it was kind of mainly gig stuff or new music related, but we're trying to just show a bit more about us and like behind the scenes, a few little sort of jokey bits and stuff like that. You can also find our music videos and stuff on YouTube at Widow's Peak Official, I think it is as well. And yeah, you can listen to our music on all good or not so good streaming platforms too.
Cool. So it's going to be starting to wrap things up now. So have you got any final words before we go?
Yeah, I would say thanks for having us, first and foremost. It's always good to join these kind of things. You've always been so welcoming to us, El, and we're just grateful for the opportunity. I think it's really good to be kind of involved in the local creative community, and I feel like your questions are very insightful. In fact, should we just spend this time just promoting Project Metal Music? I think that should be our final words.
Yeah.
Listen to, stream, get involved with Project Metal Music. If any of you out there want to jump on with an interview with El, I'm sure he'll have you on. Tune in to Project Metal Music. No, but give us a listen if you like me and Deck. And yeah, thanks for having us.
My pleasure, guy. My pleasure. So, guys in the chat, if you haven't checked out Widow's Peak, please do. I'll put the links down in the description, and the moderators have been putting out the links in the chat there. So, guys, thank you so much for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure to actually have a bit of a catch up.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, if you ever wanna have us back again, we'd love to join. And yeah, it's always fun talking to you, mate. So thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Our
And don't worry, the community loves cats and dogs and
Show it.
animals. Yeah.
This is who are you? Are you Vlad or Bart? I've got 2 black cats, and this is one of them. This is Vlad.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been
Thanks,
an
man.
absolute pleasure. So, guys, until next time, we'll catch you all later.
See you later.
Yeah, mate.